The qualification session is at Nürburgring in Nuremberg, Germany. The wind speed is 7 km/h from the north-northeast. Peter Grobler from South Africa is second. Leon van Linden from South Africa is seventh. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands is fourth. Ernest Heather from South Africa in Edbenbogen is third. Peter Grobler is 12th. Mike McGeer from South Africa in Yokohama S is 9th, up 4.76. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Mike McGeer is up 6.22 in Michael Schumacher S. Mike McGeer is up 6.66 in Edbenbogen. Ernest Heather is third. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is fifth. Gerhard Niemann from South Africa is seventh. Janine Glad from South Africa is P9. Yuan Niemann from South Africa in Vidal Chicane is P10, up 2.15. 5 minutes remaining in the session. The race session is at Nürburgring in Nürburgring, Germany. The wind speed is 6 km/h from the north-northeast. "55 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. De Wald Lambert from Bhutan is P3. Peter Grobler from South Africa in Yokohama S is 5th. Gerhard Niemann from South Africa in Mercedes Arena is P6. Craig Westley from New Zealand is 7th. Blake Kruger entering the pits is P14. Yuan Niemann from South Africa is P10. Blake Kruger exiting pits. Tommy Glad from South Africa is P13. Mike McGeer from South Africa in Michael Schumacher S is 2nd. Ernest Heather from South Africa is P8. James Haskell in Bill Steinkirk is P13, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa in Advenbogen is P4, 0.3 behind De Wald Lambert. Blake Kruger entering the pits is P14. Ernest Heather from South Africa in Vidal Chicane is P8, 0.3 behind Craig Westley. Yuan Niemann is P10. Yuan Niemann lost P10 to Leon van Linden. Tommy Glad is 12th, 0.1 behind Yuan Niemann. De Wald Lambert from Bhutan in Mercedes Arena is P3, 0.3 behind Mike McGeer. Peter Geldenhuis is P4, 0.2 behind De Wald Lambert. Peter Grobler from South Africa is P5, 0.4 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Janine Glad from South Africa is P10, 0.1 behind Leon van Linden. Janine Glad is now P11. Tommy Glad in Michael Schumacher S is P12. Tommy Glad passed Janine Glad for P11. James Haskell is P9, 0.6 ahead of Peter Geldenhuis. James Haskell is now 8th. 50 minutes remaining in the session. Mike McGeer is P2, 0.4 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Peter Grobler is 5th, 0.5 behind Gerhard Niemand. Mike McGeer in Mercedes Arena is 2nd, 0.5 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Gerhard Niemand is 5th. Tommy Glad is 8th, 0.3 behind Leon van Linden. Peter Geldenhuis is 10th, 0.4 behind Craig Westley. Craig Westley was 2.0 faster last lap. James Haskell is P13. Best lap is a 2:16.307. 15.498 off the fastest lap. James Haskell passed Yuan Niemand for P12. Yuan Niemand is 13, 0.2 behind James Haskell. Craig Westley in Vidal chicane is P9, 0.2 ahead of Peter Geldenhuis. Peter Geldenhuis is P10, 0.3 behind Craig Westley. Leon van Linden from South Africa in Yokohama S is P9, 0.1 ahead of Peter Geldenhuis. From South Africa in Mercedes Arena is P14, 0.4 behind Yuan Niemand. Craig Westley is 8th, 0.4 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Geldenhuis is P10, 0.1 behind Leon van Linden. Peter Geldenhuis was 3.6 faster last lap. Peter Geldenhuis is now 9th. Janine Glad is P12. Best lap is a 2:11.589. 12.107 off the fastest lap. Blake Kruger is 14th, 0.2 behind Janine Glad. Craig Westley is P8, 0.3 behind Tommy Glad. on lap 3 is P14, 0.3 behind Janine Glad. Yuan Niemand is 12th, 0.5 behind Leon van Linden. Craig Westley in Mercedes Arena on lap 5 is P8, 0.2 ahead of Peter Geldenhuis. 45 minutes remaining in the session. Peter Geldenhuis is 9, 0.2 behind Craig Westley. Craig Westley was 0.9 faster last lap. Craig Westley is P8, 0.3 ahead of Peter Geldenhuis. Craig Westley was 0.9 faster last lap. Craig Westley is now P10. Peter Geldenhuis from South Africa is P10, 0.4 behind Leon van Linden. Peter Geldenhuis lost 10th to Yuan Niemand. Peter Geldenhuis lost P11 to Craig Westley. Janine Glad from South Africa is P13, 0.5 behind Peter Geldenhuis. Janine Glad passed Peter Geldenhuis for 12th. Craig Westley is 10th, 0.5 behind Yuan Niemand. Peter Geldenhuis entering the pits is P13. Lambert is 3rd, 3.1 behind Mike McGeer. Craig Westley is 9th. Best lap is a 2:03.200. 4.215 off the fastest lap. Tommy Glad is 11th, 0.9 behind Janine Glad. Tommy Glad is now 10th. Craig Westley is P11, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Danny van Rooyen from Netherlands in Mercedes Arena is first, 1.8 ahead of Mike McGeer. Craig Westley is P11, 0.2 behind Tommy Glad. Janine Glad from South Africa in Mercedes Arena is P9, 1.0 behind Yuan Niemand. Wesley is P11. "40 minutes remaining in the session. Mike McGeer from South Africa is P2, 0.9 behind Danny van Rooyen. Janine Glad on lap 7 is 9, 1.1 behind Yuan Yemen. Mike McGeer from South Africa in Michael Schumacher S is P2, 1.0 behind Danny van Rooyen. Mike McGeer was 0.9 faster last lap. Janine Glad from South Africa is P9, 0.7 behind Yuan Yemen. Mike McGeer in Yokohama S is second, 1.2 behind Danny van Rooyen. James Haskell on lap 9 is P7, 0.9 behind Ernest Heather. Mike McGeer in Michael Schumacher S is second, 1.4 behind Danny van Rooyen. James Haskell is P7, 0.3 behind Ernest Heather. James Haskell was 3.0 faster last lap. Mike McGeer is second, 1.2 behind Danny van Rooyen. Tommy Glad in Bilstein Curve is P9. 35 minutes remaining in the session. Peter Grobler is P3, 2.2 ahead of Dewald Lambert. Leon van Linden in Vidal chicane is P12. Craig Westley is P11, 2.4 behind Janine Glad. Dewald Lambert entering the pits is 4th. Dewald Lambert is P4. Peter Grobler in Mercedes Arena is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:59.757. 0.772 off the fastest lap. Dewald Lambert is 7th. Dewald Lambert exiting pits. Dewald Lambert lost 7th to Yuan Niemand. Danny Van Ruyen is 1st, 2.3 ahead of Mike McGear. Dewald Lambert is 8th, 0.4 behind Yuan Niemand. Tommy Glad is P10, 1.3 behind Janine Glad. Dewald Lambert from Bhutan is P8, 0.3 behind Yuan Niemand. Yuan Niemand was 11.5 faster last lap. Tommy Glad is P10, 1.5 behind Janine Glad. Dewald Lambert on lap 12 is P8, 0.4 behind Yuan Niemand. James Haskell is P5. minutes remaining in the session. Dewald Lambert is 8th, 0.6 behind Yuan Niemand. Yuan Niemand was 35.1 faster last lap. Tommy Glad is P10, 0.8 behind Janine Glad. Janine Glad was 8.3 faster last lap. Dewald Lambert is 8th, 0.5 behind Yuan Niemand. Yuan Niemand on lap 13 is 8th battling Dewald Lambert. Tommy Glad in Mercedes Arena on lap 13 is P10, 1.4 behind Janine Glad. Niemand in Bilstein curve on lap 13 is P5, 1.3 behind James Haskell. Tommy Glad is 10th, 1.3 behind Janine Glad. Gerhard Niemand in Mercedes Arena is P5, 1.2 behind James Haskell. Yuan Niemand entering the pits is P8. Yuan Niemand is 10th, 2.4 behind Tommy Glad. Dewald Lambert in Mercedes Arena is P7. Craig Westley is P10, 0.5 behind Tommy Glad. Yuan Niemand exiting pits. Gerhard Niemand from South Africa is 5th, 0.8 behind James Haskell. James Haskell was 15.4 faster last lap. Blake Kruger exiting pits. James Haskell entering the pits is P5. Gerhard Niemand passed James Haskell for P4. James Haskell is 5th. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Mike McGeer from South Africa is 2nd, 4.3 behind Danny van Rooyen. James Haskell is 7th. James Haskell exiting pits. James Haskell lost P7 to Janine Glad. Tommy Glad entering the pits is 10th. Tommy Glad is P10. Dewald Lambert is P6, 4.6 behind Ernest Heather. Danny van Rooyen entering the pits is P1. Danny van Rooyen on lap 16 is 2nd, 2.2 behind Mike McGeer. Janine Glad is 7th, 2.8 ahead of James Haskell. Janine Glad was 2.7 faster last lap. Peter Grobler entering the pits is 3rd. Tommy Glad exiting pits. Peter Grobler is P2. Dewald Lambert in Bilstein curve is 6th, 3.8 behind Ernest Heather. Danny van Rooyen exiting pits. Peter Grobler is 4th. Peter Grobler exiting pits. Dewald Lambert is P6, 2.5 behind Ernest Heather. Craig Westley entering the pits is 9th. Craig Westley is P9. Mike McGeer is P1. Mike McGeer entering the pits is P1. Danny van Rooyen is P2. Craig Westley exiting pits. Blake Kruger entering the pits is 13th. Mike McGeer is 1st. Mike McGeer exiting pits. Mike McGeer lost P1 to Danny van Rooyen. Ernest Heather on lap 16 is 6th, 0.3 behind Dewald Lambert. James Haskell is 8th. Ernest Heather entering the pits is 6th. James Haskell passed Janine Glad for P7. Janine Glad entering the pits is 8th. Ernest Heather is P7. Blake Kruger exiting pits. Craig Westley in Michael Schumacher S on lap 16 is P11, 1.4 behind Tommy Glad. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Ernest Heather on lap 17 is 7th. Ernest Heather exiting pits. Janine Glad is 8th. Janine Glad exiting pits. Mike McGear is P2, 3.6 behind Danny Van Ruyen. Leon Van Linden entering the pits is 12th. Gerhard Niemand entering the pits is 3rd. Leon Van Linden exiting pits. Tommy Glad is P10, 1.9 ahead of Craig Westley. Gerhard Niemand is P6, 0.3 behind James Haskell. James Haskell was 7.0 faster last lap. Gerhard Niemand exiting pits. Blake Kruger entering the pits is P13. Leon Van Linden is 12. Danny Van Ruyen is first. Craig Westley in Mercedes Arena is 11th, 1.6 behind Tommy Glad. Janine Glad in Michael Schumacher is P8, 4.4 ahead of Yuan Niemand. Craig Westley in Bill Steinkirk is P11, 1.4 behind Tommy Glad. Peter Grobler is third. minutes remaining in the session. Yuan Niemand is P9, 3.2 behind Janine Glad. Yuan Niemand was 1.6 faster last lap. Leon van Linden in Yokohama S is P12. Mike McGear is second. Yuan Niemand is 9, 1.4 behind Janine Glad. Craig Westley is P11. Yuan Niemand is P9, 0.8 behind Janine Glad. Danny Van Ruyen is first. Leon van Linden exiting pits. Gerhard Niemand is P6. Leon van Linden is P12. Dewald Lambert in Mercedes Arena is P4. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Yuan Niemand is P9, 3.5 ahead of Tommy Glad. Ernest Heather in Yokohama S is 7th. Leon van Linden entering the pits is P12. Janine Glad in Yokohama S is P10, 0.9 behind Tommy Glad. Leon van Linden exiting pits. James Haskell is P6, 0.1 behind Gerhard Niemand. Janine Glad in Michael Schumacher S is 10th. Best lap is a 2:01.920. 2.935 off the fastest lap. James Haskell is P6, 1.0 behind Gerhard Niemand. Danny Van Ruyen in Mercedes Arena is first. James Haskell is P6, 0.8 behind Gerhard Niemand. Mike McGear in Michael Schumacher S is P2. James Haskell is P6, 1.4 behind Gerhard Niemand. James Haskell was 0.5 faster last lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Janine Glad on lap 24 is P10, 3.1 behind Tommy Glad. James Haskell in Vidal chicane is P6, 1.0 behind Gerhard Niemand. Is P3. James Haskell is P6. Best lap is a 2:00.536. 1.925 off the fastest lap. James Haskell passed Gerhard Niemand for 5th. Gerhard Niemand is P6, 0.5 behind James Haskell. Yuan Niemand on lap 24 is P9, 0.4 behind Janine Glad. Yuan Niemand passed Janine Glad for P8. Gerhard Niemand in Bilstein curve is 6th, 0.2 behind James Haskell. Janine Glad is 9th, 0.5 behind Yuan Niemand. Gerhard Niemand in Mercedes Arena is 6th, 0.8 behind James Haskell. James Haskell was 1.6 faster last lap. Yuan Niemand on lap 25 is P10, 0.2 behind Craig Westley. Craig Westley was 9.5 faster last lap. Gerhard Niemand is 6th, 0.9 behind James Haskell. Yuan Niemand is P10, 0.4 behind Craig Westley. Gerhard Niemand is 6th, 0.6 behind James Haskell. Yuan Niemand is 10th, 0.4 behind Craig Westley. Gerhard Niemand in Mercedes Arena on lap 27 is P6, 0.4 behind James Haskell. Johan Niemand is 10th, 0.7 behind Craig Westley. Johan Niemand lost 10th to Tommy Glad. Gerhard Niemand is 6th, 0.6 behind James Haskell. Peter Grobler is P3. Gerhard Niemand is P6. Best lap is a 2:00.365. 1.754 off the fastest lap. The leader has just finished the race. Danny Van Ruyen finished first. Ernest Heather finished P7. Mike McGear finished second. Peter Grobler finished third. Janine Glad finished P8. Tommy Glad finished 9th. Craig Westley finished 10th. Johan Niemand finished 11th. Dewald Lambert finished 4th. Gerhard Niemand finished 5th. James Haskell finished 6th. Leon van Linden finished 12th. Leon van Linden finished 12th. Leon van Linden finished 12th. Leon van